Hi, everyone. Thanks so much for participating today. I've been asked to provide either resources or a wellness tip. So I'm going to go with this wellness tip. Um, this is basically a brief process on how to manage challenging feelings, which lots of us are having recently and just in general. And by challenging feelings, I mean things like uncertainty, fear, overwhelm, grief, pain, maybe even anger or rage. So if you've ever been to a counseling session or attended any kind of mental health or wellness session, it's common to hear clinicians encourage clients to lean into your feelings. Unfortunately, sometimes the follow-up on that can be kind of unclear or lacking. So when I make that recommendation, what comes next is often the question, how do I do that? So these are the 4 specific steps on how to lean in or navigate when you're managing a challenging feeling. I first really like to present this as comparable to how any of us might assess a physical injury. So let's pretend, just for a brief moment, that you take a tumble and all of a sudden your ankle starts to swell or some part of your body starts to bleed or is obviously hurt. The first thing you would do is acknowledge that there's something going on and something that you need to pay attention to. So that's step 1. And then ideally, you could label that. The more specific, the better, right? So my arm is bleeding, my finger's cut, my ankle's swelling, etc. Once you label it, you can get more specific with your options. So that might look like, I need to lay down, I need to take a Tylenol or an antihistamine or grab a Band-Aid, or maybe I need to elevate some part of my body. And then lastly, once you know what your options are, you're going to attempt to move in the direction of healing. And that's the same with feelings. So you're going to acknowledge that there's something going on, label it as specifically as you can, assess what your options are going to be, and then you're going to try something, anything. So another good way to think about this is what you would do if maybe your own child or someone else came to you struggling with something that's difficult or complicated. What's the best thing that you could do for anybody who's struggling with anything when they come to you? The answer to that question is you can provide your presence. When we provide our presence, we provide an opportunity for connection, and connection creates an opportunity for healing. So of course you can do this for yourself by trying to connect externally, by calling a friend and engaging in our coping skills, grabbing a book, go for a walk or a run. And these are all great coping skills to engage in. But sometimes external sources of comfort or nurturing are out of our control. Like, what if it's 3 a.m. in the morning? Or what if your friend or family member doesn't pick up the phone? So at some point, it may be worthwhile to connect internally and learn to further cultivate our own inner strength and compassion. And one way to do that is by going through these 4 steps. So that's all I have. Thanks so much.